Correct answer is A.
No, it's not.
No, it's B.
You made me jump for a second.
All right. So we have to draw a garden pool.
I was very confused by these directions.
And the garden pool is 15 by 22. And then there is a path that goes around it that's 3 feet. I'm going to exaggerate it so I can write stuff in. Ooh, that's going to be terrible. Maybe I can just do this.
Put a rectangle in a rectangle.
All right, so that's my path going around. Remember, the path is 3 feet. In any direction you look at it, it'd be 3 feet. So the big rectangle that we have here would be 15 plus 3 plus 3, because it's 3 sides on either side, so it'd be 21. The vertical direction would be 22 plus 3 plus 3, so that would be 28. All right, we have a big area, we have a small area. We need to subtract those to get our total area of our sidewalk. So I'm going to have an area section. I'm going to say the garden pool. Our garden pool is going to be, the area of that is going to be 22 times that 15, which equals 330 feet squared. The total, so that big rectangle, is going to have the area 28 times 21, which is going to equal 588 feet squared. And finally, the path is just going to be the big area minus that garden pool that's in the middle. So that'd be 588 minus the 330, which equals 312 feet squared. Told you it was A. I'm just kidding. That isn't right. That's that's going to equal 258 feet squared.
How do you come up with like the wrong answers? Like up there.
I just pick answers that are wrong.
Pick random numbers.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. There was like a teacher once. He would like
how you just added on.
do the problem wrong, like how the students.
Is that good? Make sense? We all got it right, so hopefully we're... All right, today we're going to run through a little bit of review, and then we'll get into the new subject matter and the problems for it. So, what's the area of a parallelogram? Yeah.
Base times height.
Base times height. Yeah, so it's just B times H. And we had a problem that looked like this. So that's why I put it on there. If necessary, the height of the figure can be measured by extending the base. We had a problem that looked just like this and people struggled. I actually put it on the side. So know that this is still the height. The height is just from a vertex to make a 90 degree on the other side. Or it'd be 290 degrees. All right, but that is a height. How do I find the area of a triangle? Volunteers. Stephen, you already had one. Evan.
Base times height times a half.
Okay. Very weird order, but yeah, 1/2 base times height, or base times height times 1/2. That is the area of a triangle, and we know that's the area of a triangle because if I drew a box around it, I don't suggest doing it on here because these are just for reference. If I drew a box around it, a terrible box, that triangle would be half that area. All right, continuing on. What is the area of a square? Whew. Robin, thank you.
I mean, base times height again.
Base times height, or in this case, it'd be just S times S.
Or, yeah, S times 2.
Will be S times S.
Yeah.
Yep. Base times height. I just want to put something in here too. Don't forget, a square is also a rhombus. So you can do, we'll get to rhombus in a second. Whatever you can do to a rhombus, you can do to a square. So this would also be diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Or 1/2 diagonal 1, diagonal 2. What was that?
You just told
No, I didn't. This is the area of a rectangle.
And then
Oh, okay.
That's base times height.
you skipped one, you fool.
Yeah, fool. All right, but a rhombus is going to be 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2, which also works for a square. All right, just a nice quick sheet that has all of them on there. We are going to add one more tomorrow. And today we're going to add a trapezoid. A trapezoid.
Trap.
I'm going to draw a picture on here real quick to understand where I got this area from. We could actually draw two different rectangles. And you don't have to draw this in there because it's going to look very crappy. So picture this rectangle, right? I can get that by just doing base 1 times the height. I can get the area of this. Another rectangle I could do is this rectangle right here. But if you compare that to that rectangle I just drew, oop, everything's gone. This area is going to be somewhere smack dab in the middle of this small rectangle and this big rectangle, so I'm looking for an average of things. Yeah?
Can we just like flop that other one of the triangles over or no?
Nope.
Doesn't work for all trapezes.
Doesn't work for all trapezoids. So we're going to come up with an area that's an average formula. And our average formula is going to be 1/2 of the height times base 1 plus base 2. Because it is the average of, I wonder if I have a solid. I don't have a really good tool for this. Well, we'll just do this. No. That isn't going to work. So remember, we can either draw this rectangle, which would be base 1 times the height, or we can draw this rectangle, which would be base 2 times the height, and that area would be smack dab in the middle of those two things. That's why it's 1/2 the height of base 1 plus base 2. There is another formula.
Did we do this one previously?
Nope, this is the first time we did this.
No, I mean, like, 'cause when
We did work with trapezoids.
yeah, but didn't we like find? Isn't? I like said the bottom one.
What about the bottom one?
Didn't we use that method previously? Something?
Not to find area, but we will right now. So another way to find the area of a trapezoid is to know the median. Now the median is this guy here. This is my median. And a median of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. That is our median. Well, look at this. If I know the median length, I know 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. So the only thing left is h in there. So knowing the median, you can get the area of a trapezoid by just doing h times m, where that m is our median. Top one's the main one you're going to use. All right. I'm never going to ask you, except for, I think, just in the notes, to actually have to use your median to calculate. More often than not, you're just going to use this. 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. All right, let's go ahead and put this in motion. It says find the area of an isosceles trapezoid with legs 5 and bases 6 and 10. So let's do that drawing. So it's an isosceles trapezoid. My legs are 5, so that would be these, 5, 5. My bases are 6 and 10. I'm going to pick the shorter one to be 6 and that one to be 10. In order to find the area of this, I need to have both bases. I got them. I got 6 and 10. I also need the height. I don't have the height. A common occurrence with any time I say it's an isosceles trapezoid. Kind of get in the habit of just recognizing that this length is 10. All right, and this is how I'm going to draw that. Because what we're going to do is we're going to draw two triangles. Now that 6 is going to carry over here. That means I have 4 left over. Since it's isosceles, and this is a 5, this is a 5, they must both be the same, so they both must be 2 and 2. Now my height is just that dashed line. And that is a right triangle. So we're just going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared to come up with our h. I should draw my arrow the other way. So we are going to have h squared plus 2 squared equals 5 squared. Well, that's just going to be h squared plus 4 equals 25, which is just going to be h squared equals 21, which is going to give me h equals square root of 21. Is there any way to simplify square root of 21? In other words, does 4 go into it evenly? Does 9 go into it evenly? 16's probably out of the picture. Yeah, so that is my height. And that's all I needed. Because our area equals 1/2 our height times our base 1 plus our base 2. Well, in this example, we're going to have area equals 1/2. Our height is square root of 21. Our base 1 is either 6 or 10, your choice. I'm going to say 6 plus 10. Working our way down, we are going to have area equals square root of 21 over 2 times 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so we're going to have 8 square root of 21. We don't have units, so that's just going to be our answer. Our next one says find the area, and then I'm supposed to find the length of the median. Well, I have height, I have both my bases, so I'm going to go ahead and start with just the area. Our area is going to equal 1/2 the height, which is 5, times 13 plus 7, base 1 plus base 2. Well, that's going to be 1/2 of 5 times 20. Half of 20 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50. The area is 50. Our median is just half our base 1. Our base 1 plus our base 2. So our median is going to equal 10. Just a reminder, a median is that line that goes right smack through the middle. So this line would be 10. Okay. Next one we have, that is not what I wanted to happen. Am I missing so much stuff? Let's see if I still have it saved on here. What was that? Yeah, I think I have to. I think I deleted that picture for some reason. Thank you. All right, this one says find the area using the median. Well, the median in this one's actually going to go through right. Let's make it a straight line. Oh, boy. Craziness is happening. Our median is actually going to go through here. All right, ours goes through our diagonal section. So this right here is the median. Well, we can get the median pretty quick. Our median, or M, is just going to equal 1/2 our base plus our other base. So that would be 9 plus 14, which is going to equal 9 plus 14 is 23, so that would be 23 divided by 2. So that's my median.
So we should leave it in that form then?
Yeah, that's fine for now. All right, I need, to do the area, I need either half my height times base 1 plus base 2, or I need half, or I just need my height times my median. Either way, I need to find the height. Do I really have to find the height? Is it going to be hard? What's the height of this?
12.
It's 12. It's 12. Either you can look down here, or you can actually put it all the way over here if you like it over there. However you want to, our height is 12. So our h equals 12. So our area equals our height times our median. I guess I'll write median. Which our area would equal our height is 23 over 2 times 12, which is going to equal 120, 138. Yeah, you're right.
Could ask for like just for us just to solve for the median.
Yep.
Do you want us to answer with like 23 over 2, or should we simplify it down? Even if it,
You can put it as a decimal if you want.
okay. It doesn't really matter.
No.
Okay.
All right, find the area of using both methods. Let's just use one method. We're just going to use the half the height times base 1 plus. I think it's kind of a waste of the time. I think you guys got this. So our area of this one is just going to be 1/2 our height, which is 6, times our base 1 plus our base 2, which is going to be 1/2. Well, let's just go 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 18. That's going to equal 20 minus 6, which is 54. Let's just do that. I think most of us are either past this or over this. All right, the rest is homework. This one isn't too bad. Tomorrow we'll have a little bit harder problems to work on. All right, any questions for me? All right, that being said, what questions do we have on the homework? Jacob.
2. 1. Somebody was really fond of number 8. They really thought that was clever. Second of all,
Do you have a question?
yeah, it's number 12.
Okay.
That's okay. I think you said skipped.
I skipped number 12.
Oh no, you didn't solve it correctly.
I didn't solve it correctly? Oh boy.
10 and 20.
Those are some outlandish accusations that are being hurled towards me.
You had a lot of square roots.
I had wrong square roots. Okay.
You had a lot of square roots.
I had a lot of square roots that I shouldn't have. Let me see what I had for my answer.
Oh, you got it back.
Do I have the wrong one?
The numbers are all jacked up.
Number 12.
Yeah.
It should be.
Oh.
Ours is 131.
What was your number 12? I'm sorry. Is the area... Am I in the right one?
Is 100.
Okay.
And one diagonal.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be 5 squared root of 2? Is what you're saying?
No.
Let's go through it. All right. The area of a rhombus is 100, and the diagonal is twice the length of the other. So let's say my diagonal 1 equals x. Then my other diagonal is twice as long, so that's 2x. Find the length of both diagonals. So it says the area of a rhombus is 100. Remember, the area of a rhombus, our area of a rhombus, you know what? I think I see what I did. So our area of a rhombus is 1/2 our diagonal 1 times our diagonal 2, right? I think that's what I messed up here. So it'd be kind of like 2 times our area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Yeah, I think I see what I did. So our area is actually 100. So we'd plug 100 into both of those. All right, so I plug that 100 into both of those. So I would actually have 200 equals diagonal 1. I said let x equal diagonal 1 times 2x equals by diagonal 2, which would be 200 equals 2x squared. Divide both sides by 2, and you'll have 100 equals x squared. In other words, x equals 10. Does that look better? Yeah, I forgot the 1/2, I think. All right, so that means that diagonal 1 would equal 10. Diagonal 2 would equal 20. So yes, that was definitely a mistake in the answer guide. Accusations were hurled, and they were correct. I need to change that. I accept your challenge, and I failed. Evan.
Oh, 5. I don't know.
5.
Do you need me to say the number so you know?
Oh, yeah, Sabrina. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
All right, 5. A square inscribed in a circle with radius r. So the first thing we should probably do is draw a circle.
Does it like do anything? Do it with the diagonals?
Of course it does.
Oh.
So I got that guy. I got this sweet square that's going to go inside of it. Oh, that's a pretty sweet square. We have a point in the middle. We have a radius, which is length r. But guess what?
The other
The other side's
side's
r.
and the other side.
This one's r.
Yeah.
This one's r. So diagonal 1 equals 2r. Diagonal 2 is also 2r. But remember what I said during the lesson? I said a square is a rhombus.
Yeah.
So our area would just equal 1/2
Yeah.
r1. No. Diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. You plug those in, you'll have 2r times 2r, which would be 4r squared divided by 2. Our area is going to equal 2r squared. Robin,
Is this it?
what was that?
10.
10, yeah. 10 says, find the ratio of the areas of QRT and QTS. So we have QRT. Remember, the area of a circle, so let's just do the areas. I'll do the area of triangle QRT. The area of QRT is right here, QRT. It has a base of 12, and it has a height of h. So we're going to go half our base times our height, which is going to equal 6h. The area of QTS,
Oh, is it you that I thought?
yeah, is going to be, our base of QTS is 18. So it's going to be 1/2 18 times h, which is going to be 9h. Now remember, a ratio is just either a fraction or we can set it up as a colon.
So 6h over 9h.
It'd be 6h over 9h,
So 3.
which is going to be not 3.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
2 over 3, wouldn't it?
Yeah, oh, 2 over 3. I thought you said the answer is
Oh, no.
3. Yeah, it'll be 2 over 3. I thought you said the answer is 3. Like, 3 goes into both of them. You probably just overthought it. Robin again.
11.
Oh, 11. Ooh, let's do them in order. A triangle has sides 5, 5, and 8. Find the length of the 3 altitudes. I made you find the length of all 3 of them? Oof.
I'm confused on like.
What a
you mean
jerk.
by- Cause I can find one altitude.
Cool.
I didn't understand what you meant by like the 3 altitudes.
Okay, so we have, just a reminder, we do have an altitude here.
Yes.
We have an altitude coming off of here.
Yes.
And we have an altitude coming off of here. Those are our
Do you
3
think we just
altitudes.
have to solve it by flipping the triangle 3 different times.
Yeah, well, it's not really flipping it, and there really is a nice shortcut to it, and is the fact, so you found your first, did you find this altitude, I guess?
I found the one. Yeah, I found that one.
That one?
Yeah.
All right, so you came up with that one. What we would have done, what was that?
Because like Brooks Way.
Yeah. This one's just going to be 3 because just like Evan said, we had recognized that this is 4 and this is 4, so this altitude is 3. What I did to kind of shortcut this, I actually came up with the area of this triangle because it's always going to be the area of the triangle. The area of this triangle would be 1/2 our base, which is 8, times our height, which is 3, which is going to equal 12. That's going to help me find the other altitudes. Because if I redraw this triangle again, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to leave it in the same order where this is 5, 5, 8. But this time I'm going to find this altitude, okay? I'll call that my h that I'm looking for. Well, note that the area of this triangle here, remember area equals 1/2 base times height, but this time the base is 5. But my area stays the same, so we're going to say my area is still 12. My base changed to 5, and that's my height. So we are going to have, what is that, 28 divided by 5? No, 24 divided by 5. So this h equals 24 divided by 5. Well, that actually is all three.
That's the third one too.
Yeah, because that's going to also have a base of 5. So your three altitudes are 24 over 5, 24 over 5, and 3. Other questions? Yeah. 6. 6, 6. We want 6. Okay, we have a rhombus with a perimeter of 68 and one diagonal that's 30. Ooh. Let's go ahead and draw a sweet rhombus. Don't sneeze while I'm making a sweet rhombus. It throws off my rhombus skills. That would have been better if someone didn't sneeze in front of it.
Fine point right there.
It's close. I can see flaws in it. Steven, what is the length of each of these sides?
17.
17. How'd you get 17? Oh, that's a trick. All right, and then we're going to say one of our diagonals is 30, right?
Yes.
Bless you. Watch this. Watch this magical action happening. I'm going to draw the other diagonal. And I'm going to split this diagonal in half with 15 and 15. This is now a right angle.
Wait. I think. Wait, can I give it to you?
Yep. 15 squared plus x squared equals 17 squared. We'll get you this part. Then you get that part. Now you'd have your full diagonal. Is that far enough?
Yeah, it's 8.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Which number is that?
No, never mind. That's
Let me see if I can find mine. That is this exact one, since mine are out of order. It should come out to 8. Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
And then the full diagonal, 16, right? So it's going to be half of 30 times 16, which equals 240. Other questions? Akshay.
I didn't see the answer to number 9 on the answer key.
Look closer.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
You're not going grade, you don't worry.
Yeah, you're not going crazy.
Well, I'll lose it slowly
Yeah,
inside, but.
I'm going crazy.
Oh, I just didn't do that one, huh?
Was it 18?
I got 36 minus 9 radical 3.
What? I got 18.
I got
Wait, how did you get 18?
36 minus 18.
No, I got 36 minus
What'd you say?
What'd you get, actually?
36
You
minus
do
9
6
radical
times 6,
3.
which is
I totally
36.
agree with him.
You totally agree with that?
Well, what?
Let's go through some thought processes.
Half of 6 times
Yeah,
6
half of
times
6
6.
times 6.
6 times 6 to find the whole, and then half of 6 times 6 to find the triangle.
It wouldn't be half of it,
Why
though.
would it be
Why
exactly
not?
half?
Does-
Why would it be exactly half?
Why?
Does the triangle reach the top?
Oh, no,
Oh. Oh, that did not work out.
that's not. Me too, Robin.
Aw.
That's so sad.
So what you need to do is you need to get that outer area. So all these are the same size, right?
Yes.
So we get that outer area, which is 6 times 6.
36.
Nice.
I don't like this.
And then we have a triangle.
Easy for us.
Oh.
We have a triangle that is 3, 3,
Oh, well, yeah, but
and 6.
they were.
So now we have to get this
That's why.
height.
It says it's the same length.
Now we have to get this height. And so we're going to have 3 squared plus h squared equals 6 squared. 3 squared is 9er plus h squared equals 36. we are going to have h squared equals 25. So we do need to take the square root of both sides. 27 would be a much better number. So we have h equals the square root of 27. What goes into 27? That's the perfect square? 9. So we're going to end up with 3 square root of 3, right? So now the area of this triangle, this area of the triangle is going to equal half our base. Our base was 6 times our height, which is 3 square root of 3. That's going to equal 3 times 3, which is 9 square root of 3. The area equals 36 minus 9 square root of 3. I don't know why I skipped that one, but I did.
It was just like
It is blank. It's just not there.
It's not existed.
I want to challenge you.
Can you not put one like that on the test? So
I'm going to put
Just make the
3 of
triangle
them.
go to the top
I'm going
next
to
time.
put...
Yeah, just put it at
Grace.
so it's easy.
Can you do number 14? The C.
14, the C and the what? B?
Well, B is. It was the same. I was confused.
It was the same? Oh, okay. So you found the area of RSP, right? Did you find the area of RSP?
Yeah.
Okay. So the area of RSP, so we can just start from there, is 240. RSP is, let me highlight it. Oh, I'm not highlighting it at all. No, yeah, that's the right one. That equals 240. What I noted in my notes is this is
Median
a midpoint.
or midpoint. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Which actually cuts these in half. All right. And so triangle OSR, even though it doesn't look like it, OSR is actually half the measure of that triangle. And OSP is the other half of it. So even though it might not look like it, it actually is. Because remember, drawing isn't always the exact correctness of it.
But like if you were doing like if you want to do the equation for like finding the area, you just want like I was confused about why it was using 8.
I just did half of 30, and if you actually calculated the height, it would be 8, because this is a midpoint, which would go do, 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 do. Half of that 16 is 8.
Oh.
So if I make a little rectangle here, we have that's 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably not something to show up on a test, but it's good too.
So I do B and C end up B?
They're both the same, 120. 120 and 120. And that's because if OSR, right, if OSR is 120 and the total area is 240, then OSP must be the other half of it, which is 120.
Because they're the same triangle. Well, yeah, they're
Yeah.
the same triangle.
Yeah, Grace.
Can you do number 1C? Because like I multiplied it twice. Like I got the answer, but like I multiplied it. Like,
1C?
yeah, because like I got 120, and then I thought that was just for the one triangle.
Well, that would make this 60 degrees, right?
Or no, C.
Oh, I'm sorry, C? Okay, so we have 8 and 17. So what did you do?
So did 8 squared plus x squared equals 17 squared, and then I got x equals 15.
Did you just do the... Okay, say that again. You had x squared,
X squared plus 8 squared equals 17 squared.
which comes out with x equals 15.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then I did 8 times 15. And then
which equals 120.
yeah, but then that would only be one triangle, right? Or would I? Or would I should? Oh, I forgot to do half of it.
Yeah, you never did the half, so it would be
Oh, so I do
Yeah.
half of 8 times
If
120,
you ended up doing the
and then I
half,
have to multiply by 2. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
without doing the half, it would be the area.
And then okay, so then I'd be
You have to
120.
multiply two. It'd be the same answer.
Well, I got 240 because I didn't.
Oh, you multiplied it then again?
No, like I didn't do a half. I just did base times height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I'm
whatever.
saying.
Are you okay then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Other questions?
I never did that. I just stopped at 120.
I should have just went through 1 through... Yeah.
Can you do number 10?
Yeah.
I know, I asked about
Ooh, there it is.
It's not as hard as.
Weren't you here when we were doing this one? I think you all came in when we started the homework.
I think
No,
you
they
went
were there
over
a
the
little while.
dates,
later.
like,
Oh, okay. Oh, was this the first one we did?
No, it was like the fourth one.
Oh, we were not here for this.
They weren't here for this.
Okay. So the area of QRT is just base times height. Half of base times height. Well, my base here is 12. My height is h. So half of base times height would be 6h. QTS would be half the base, which is 18, times the height, which is still h. So it'd be half of 18 times h, which equals 9h. Now it asks for the ratio between the two of them. So I just did 6h divided by 9h, which is actually 2 over 3. Yeah, that's the same reaction Robin did. Yeah, Evan.
We do 2.
Sure, why not? We did all the other ones. All right. A rhombus with an angle of 120 and sides of 6. So it is a rhombus. It's a rhombus where all of our sides are 6. One of our angles is 120. Yep, this has to be 120. I really don't care about that. What I really care about is the fact that this is 60 degrees.
Because now when we put the diagonals in, right, you do 60, 80.
Well, actually, let me go back. Yes. So I would just go ahead. So this is 120.
Yeah.
So when I draw this diagonal, I'm going to draw this diagonal as well.
Yeah.
We are going to have a 60, 60, and this is a 30, and this is a 90. So this is a 60-30 triangle where this is my 2s. This would be my s. This would be my s square root of 3.
Oh, okay.
So s is actually 3.
Yeah, because it, yeah.
And then don't forget when you get this side, the total diagonal is twice it.
Yeah.
Okay? So this would be 3 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 6. This whole length would be 6 square root of 3.
Yeah.
This one would be a total length of 6.
Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah.
Other questions? We have several we didn't do yet. There we go.
Number 6.
It's number 6. So we have a rectangle, so you guys must not have been, I think you went to the bathroom for this one.
Oh, wait a minute. I meant to say number 4.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's different. Yep, we didn't do number 4. We have a parallelogram with a 45-degree angle and sides 610. So let's go ahead and do a parallelogram. Let's call this 10. Let's call this 6. That would make this 10, make this 6. We have a 45-degree angle. In order to get the area of a parallelogram, we need to have base times height. Well, I'm going to say my base is 10. And this is going to be my height. Well, that's just a 45, 90-degree triangle where this is S, this is S, and this is S square root of 2. So we already have our base. My height is going to be this S here. And right now we have S square root of 2 equals 6. Divide both sides by square root of 2. We have S equals 6 divided by square root of 2. Multiply the top and bottom by square root of 2. That's going to turn to 6 square root of 2 divided by 2, which equals 3 square root of 2. But that is actually my height as well. So this area is just going to be base times height. Base is 10. Height is 3 square root of 2, so it's going to be 30 square root of 2. You have to use the 45, 45, 90. Yep.
Wait, 30?
What was that? Yeah, 10 times 3. Did I do something wrong?
Oh, we're not doing it. I did the area as a triangle.
Oh, okay. No. Nope, it comes out as 30 square root of 2. I did it right. We didn't get through all of them.
We got close.
We We got real close. Hopefully you can use the answer guide to get the other ones. Yes.
Number 8, please. That's what we need to do.
The homework tonight shouldn't be, I guess, as hard. I didn't know this one's going to be that hard. Get it done. Tomorrow, check all of your homeworks. Tomorrow, have a wonderful day.